Welcome back. I'm Ben, Ben's Record Collection, Rock Over London, Rock on Chicago. On this show, we talk about records in my record collection. Some people call me Ben. It's a nickname. Today, we're going to talk about this band you may not have heard of, kind of an obscure one. We've all heard of Ringo Starr and his all-star band, Todd Rundgren and whoever the hell else, I don't know. But he wasn't just an all-star. He was in a band before that. A lot of people don't know this. They were called the Beatles, but spelled wrong. And I have one of their albums. Well, actually, I have two. We might talk about another one. But this one is called Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. I've read somewhere, and who cares, that it's been called their magnum opus. I don't know, isn't that kind of hard to say? Maybe everybody has their favorite by them. They're a band from Liverpool that existed in the 1960s, only broke up in like 1970. The guy who played bass also played in this band called Fireman with Youth from Killing Joke, so that's pretty cute. One of the singers, he had a song that had the N-word in the title later on when he went solo. He's also naked on the cover of one of his albums with his wife. And he was shot dead by some hero, I don't know, John Mark Chapman. And then there was this other guitar player who a lot of pretentious nerds think is awesome. I got my mind set on you. Yeah, I don't know. Overrated. Anyhow, they are a pretty good band, the Beatles. This is a pretty fun album. It's kind of strange, they'd have these songs about Mean Mr. Mustard. It'd be about individual characters. Sometimes it seems just kind of lazy, zany songwriting. Getting Better. That's a song on this album where John references how he beats up his wife because he was very abusive to his wife, and now people think he was the greatest thing ever. But we can't define him simply about one thing he did or something he did in his past, maybe a lot, I don't know. It doesn't matter, he's dead. Half of them are dead. I guess half the guys in this band died. When I'm 64, I used to really like that one when I was a kid. I almost wonder if maybe Magical Mystery Tour, which came out, the year before? Or after? Something like that. I don't know. Who knows about this band? I think maybe Magical Mystery Tour was on par or better. I don't know. Unpopular opinion, maybe? It's worth getting if you can get it for a decent price. The sticker on this says $7.99. Can you hear me? $7.99. Fair price. I bought this years ago. Couldn't tell you exactly when. 5 years ago. No, more than 5. 10 years ago. 5 to 10, somewhere in that range. Got it in Duluth. Electric Fetus, rest in peace. They used to be, I don't know, a lot of these got printed, so you'd think they'd be cheaper, but this copy was. Nowadays, used records are sort of valuable when it's something that people like. There's millions of copies of these floating around out there, so I don't know what they go for new. Comment, tell me. Not new. Tell me what used. Tell me what used copies of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band goes for. Um, Not their best album. I think my favorite by this band is, and was as soon as I heard it, Abbey Road. It doesn't have my favorite Beatles song on it. It doesn't have all their best songs or anything, but I think as a whole, maybe I liked Abbey Road best. Why? We can't get into that right now. Wouldn't be right. I only own 2 albums by this band, strangely enough. Only 2. Only ever did. My introduction was a CD that I think I still have back there somewhere. I have a CD that I might talk about in the future. That kind of got me into this band. At the time, this particular CD, I can't say the title, when that came out, I think it kind of bolstered their popularity for people of my generation. I know one of my high school friends got into it. Let's see. I blocked the back cover, so I can't read about it. I think the drummer's kind of a controversial figure. I remember I was at Jared's place and we were watching. This video came up on YouTube, talking about what a genius drummer Ringo is, and he talked about the reasons. Whatever guy made this video. Totally silly. I don't want to take like a hard opinion on that, like he's a bad drummer or a good one. I mean, he's a decent drummer, but to try and pretend like he's amazing, no. Is he the weakest link in the Beatles? Probably. But I mean, he wasn't a bad drummer. He's just kind of a boring, kind of a simplistic one. Of course, his drumming worked for their music. You don't need some. You don't need some. Beatles. Over, under, overrated, underrated? I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's a cliche, but I mean, the stuff really kind of is that good. Anyhow, I love you. Stay gold.